Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and innovating and amazing spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your lord and master, your vox populi. Off here to a 1v1 on Langraskaya. Again, yeah, I'm beginning a lot of matches on this map, but I don't know, they all seem to just happen on this map, be fairly good. So anyways, in the north it is Tiramisu, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland, with lead armor, Luftwaffe ground forces at Overwatch, with Dublin for the medical supplies versus the south. It is Kimbo, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, the 6th Armored Division with recon support, mechanized, and tactical support. And we got recon support here with the raid tactics, INR Pathfinders, airdrop command groups, Greyhounds, and the cluster bombs. With infantry, machine gun, and grenade range bulletins. Specifically, the machine gun one is for extra suppression. And as always, a big thanks to my patrons, supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast for keeping me in the business. And without them, I certainly wouldn't be doing this. So big thanks to them. And you too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon. Or you can also just donate. Links in the description. Or you can just comment, like, share, and subscribe. Press the bell button. Anyways, folks, from the eastwards here. Further east, still putting the fuel point there as Tiramisu leads the way. Westwards, we've got rifling up there. The rearson following up there as well. And another squad being dispatched eastwards here for Kimbo. Slowly advancing here through the fields. M1 Garand's clenched tightly in their hands, ready to unleash a storm of lead at anything suspiciously German. Got the sandbags up there with these ammunitions, moving westwards there. Far east, got Sturm passing for the field point there as well. In the centre, we've got rifling up for the centre victory point. Back here, nothing further going on, and there we go. Third Fox squad there for Tiramisu. So far, stand builds here from either side. Kimbo looks like he is either not paying attention to build more troops, or he's planning to go for a fast tech. Not impossible. No, goes for the third round squad. There's a bit delayed there by Kimbo. Bit delayed. Could prove to be perhaps mildly critical here in the early game, or at least have an impact there on things. As it does mean his unit will look slightly slower here, and so Tiramisu might just have a slight early tactical edge, simply due to having more numbers and better precision. So slightly awkward there for Kimbo. Slightly awkward, but again, not something that's going to cost them the game. But again, it might make things a bit more difficult. Fox will bring against the rifle squad, force together a bit too much. There you go, quick conversion of the rifle squad in the centre. Fox attack one side, Sturm from the other. Heavy fire there, goes Sturm's caught under the rifle squad. Rifle squad now getting close to the Sturm parties, which means the Sturm have the upper hand as the rifle squad. In the centre here, Fox is pushed back, but there's another squad, of course, nearby. Rifle squad with Sturm parties here. Heavy, intense combat here between Kimbo and Tiramisu. Around the centre, rifle squad needs to fall back. We got tech on for Kimbo. Finally, it is the company command post being activated with the captain on the way here for Kimbo. West side, Rearson moving up. Fox is sneaking westwards here, trying to outmaneuver Kimbo's centre. Fox was right squad here by the centre as well. They Sturm Pioneer squad narrowly wins the engagement with 2 men alive, but they're both low on health. Right squad they're being focused on, but the focus is Tiramisu, of course, looking to utilise any close tactical advantage there against Kimbo for most efficiency. And there you go. 2 squads versus 1. Easily won now by Tiramisu. Thumbs up. Kimbo's got the take almost done. Bit surprised he didn't go for airborne here. Almost figured he'd go for that since, you know, heavy infantry build, 50 got to be great, particularly when you got the bulletin for the suppressor fire on them as well. But it may be that Kimbo is faring some things earlier here than others. Realistically, we can cop the folks on the west side. Might see a fast anti-aircraft type, I guess, for Kimbo here to respond against Tiramisu with. Ralph's got reinforcing. Holding up here, might be pushing into Kimbo's territory on the west coast right here. We've got more folks squads there. Track out for Tiramisu. Good chance of a battle group headquarters, but could be mechanized regiment. East side here, Sturm going to grab territory. And Kimbo getting ready for a big push. We got the captain there with a BA on the west side. We're going to add some firepower here versus Tiramisu's Krauts. Keep falling back here as Kimbo unleashes a tide of olive green and democracy against Tiramisu. Squad they're routed, falling back in the face of Kimbo's freedom blob of democracy and corporate interests. Back here, battle group headquarters up for Tiramisu. As expected in the centre there, the blob continues. Tiramisu lacking any machine guns back up to stop. This is, of course, quite vulnerable to such ruthless tactics. Squad here, small chance of getting wiped in, partly with the cap, of course, with the Thompson and the BAR, so plus, of course, all of the infantry. But in this case, though, Tiramisu does have some luck there, and the blob fails to secure a wipe there on Tiramisu's troops. Battle headquarters going up. The east side here, Sturm Pines moving back, avoiding the blob. Lucky one there for Tiramisu as well. Calf point hit, moving towards us in the victory point. Need to grab that, otherwise it's not fully cut off these here. Going for the western point here. Ralph's got in westwards, there we go. But again, centre victory point also acts as a cut-off point. So, little fun fact there, by the way. Little fun fact. Here, folks, being shot to bits here by, again, the Rav Squad, but again, infantry. But they're taking stands, lost there, but still having an impact. And there you go. We got the captains on me, looking to get that white pit on Tiramisu. Banhan gun it off. Dodged over, still the folks are close to take a lot of damage here. And there you go. Quickly routed. Kimbo still delivering some staggering blows there to Tiramisu, but he's not cutting off the fuel as much as he'd hoped for. Back here, based on third going in there for Kimbo. Rav going 4% here, being westwards. Folks with the Rav Squad there. Assault rifles there for Tiramisu. Infantry pushing ahead there for Kimbo. Troops enforcing. No medics yet here for Tiramisu. Might be setting up for the flak half track and enemy 34 first. Folks are routed. That's it. Tiramisu pulls flying back with a large force of his own. Without suppressive weapons. Your best bet is either to help maneuver them or hit them, well, with an even bigger blob typically. And those extra machine guns and a bit tougher time to outmaneuvering them because Tiramisu was very much just forced into the counter blobs tactic. Not a particularly graceful solution, but sometimes you gotta work with your gut rather than what you wish you got. Hallmark there, of course, of high skill. There you go. Folks going finally getting the upper hand against Rav in the camp, but even then it's been quite a bloody serious engagement here for Tiramisu, and Kimbo certainly gained quite significant resource lead here over Tiramisu there. We got the entry come group for Kimbo, opening up for paratroopers and of course a pack howitzer, which is only going to make hard thing for Tiramisu's infantry, and of course means if he does try to blob further to counter Kimbo's blob, the pack howitzer could certainly get some incredibly good targets, which would be devastating for Tiramisu. Of course, have to have this escalate. Reasons and was there. There we go. Crate dropping, paratroopers dropping. Likely to see some light machine guns in those. Just got cut off. To responding here, Tiramisu responding in the 251-17 flat half track. Certainly quite effective as the infantry and to a lesser degree light vehicles. So he's clearly not planning on resting for medium armor, going for the flat half track, and he's trying to just dominate Kimbo faster with that. A bold choice then again, well handled, can be quite devastating for sure. But there you go, paratroopers ready here for Kimbo. Close here to the light machine guns, all the bazookas, but again, bazooka seems less likely to maneuver for the cap, meaning he can just go for anti-tank gunners. West Side Sturm with the paratroopers. Quickly coming to the building. Sturm Party is falling back swiftly. Tiramisu not risking that one very sensibly. And sent a bit of skirmishing. And we got a squad being sent on the far path here. I think to outmaneuver Kimbo's right flank and all is going to the field point. Packouts of course already operational here for Kimbo. Paratroopers moving ahead here. Can also call in the ground he wants to. Not impossible that Kimbo may decide to summon that mechanized beastie against Tiramisu. East side he fought with the reactions, and the reactions of Cool being made short work off there, standing a chance against the might of the German Volkskanadier. Center there, got paratrooping up there, light machine guns on the way, pack cards keep trying away there. Close one there, close one, flak half moving in. And Kimbo will have to go for anti-tank guns to put a stop to this. Since the flak half track is incredibly efficient as an infantry, in particular eventually 2 that gains a damage bonus, it becomes very powerful as an infantry. There you go. Kimbo's paratroopers forced to retreat there. The only screaming they'll do is the screaming as they get their backs thrashed by heavy flak fire. Folks are there narrowly dodging a pack howitzer shot there. Flak half comes down to the Rav Sport there. And you see that folks with the Rav Sport there. Tense battle going on there. And we got the package being pushed back. West side here, we got Cap moving forward with a bit of progress. I mean, of course, he could also just go for the ground, hope they can deal with the flag half track, which isn't impossible until he doesn't have anti-tank guns to back it up. So, ground, of course, alternate option rather than going for the anti-tank gun. But either way, though, he needs to go for one of those two. So, and both do require him some manpower. In fact, roughly the same amount of manpower actually. Like came in from the way there for Tiramisu. Obviously concerned about possibly Greyhound to deal with his flak half tank, which then would give him a bit of an issue there. And he actually cancelled the upgrade on the paratroops equipment bazooka, so he may actually not be planning for the ground. Maybe he actually is. Could be the other way there, but certainly a swift shift there by Kimbo. And there you go, Captain wiped out there, taking up the flag half and the folks punishing and Kimbo standing bazookas absolutely whiff the targets. These targets moving up there, but yeah, that was a bit embarrassing. The paratroop, particularly since it's supposed to be more accurate, I believe, as well. But at least a more down penetration with the bazookas. Actually, maybe not accurate, but anyways, they're supposed to be like at least a bit better with them, and then you just completely whiff it. We got pack out moving forward there for Kimbo. Let me see what Kimbo goes for. Something better on manpower, which makes it hard for him to go for it. There you go, smoke down, folks coming in, making it hard for Kimbo's paratroop to pursue the flat half track there. Nice save there, but Tiramisu still able to go for Doctor. He starts the umpires around. Grace runs in the west here, threatening on the fuel point there by Tiramisu. Good work. Black half-tech running in the front again. Parrot is down to half health, 5 men. Packers running down, and there we go. One rocket hits the flag half-tech, taking down to almost half health. And we do get the ground out here for Kimbo. Barnes got his forward foot closing right over the pack out, and this could be a wipe here on Tiramisu. Would send me a good kill here for Kimbo. They got some of his losses and tribulations in the early game. Almost getting him. Maybe kept the route got up with a bit of pace there, but we do nearly water one. Got a grenade up for the kid there for. Coming up for the Greyhound. But gonna get double pants faster here. No, just one. Still, this does allow the flag half to get away there to safety without the Greyhound rushing him down. Almost getting another wipe here. Can he this time actually get the wipe here in Tiramisu, or will Tiramisu once more have the double zone lock and avoid the wipe? And oh, he does avoid the wipe. That is 2 Foxes scored getting away with the tiniest levels of health here from Kimbo. That's got to feel a bit frustrating. That has got to feel a bit frustrating. Now, of course, for Tiramisu, I'm sure he feels very relieved. Western viewpoint north secured. Eastern one cut off. Looks like he might make a grab for that. Back hit reinforcing healing. Need to treat that rather quick before that gets turned into mincemeat here by Tiramisu's flak half track. Back at base segment again has arrived. Of course, adding one to tank. He's certainly concerned about Kimbo taking ahead of him, just hitting the tanks, which is not an undue concern, I think, to have here for Tiramisu at this stage of the game, considering what Kimbo's doing. But we'll have to see if Cactus pays off, plans out like that. Just bring ahead here, flak half track going forwards. No anti-tank gun still yet for Kimbo. Ground western fuel point, ground the eastern fuel point. A bit scattered out there, and there you go. Tiramisu expecting forces to deal with the eastern fuel point there, since the western one is obviously much harder to hold and defend. Very sensible, I think, prioritization there by Tiramisu. Still no doctrine. I'm a bit curious about that one at this point. Seems like he's going for ult, but he could technically go for any of the 3, honestly. It's a bit tough to tell here. Smoking again here from the flag half tech round for the Parrots. We happen to use the bazookas. Nice paper. There you go. Grenade around the top. Oh, expecting to force it weren't. Greyhound rushing forward, taking hits from the Kedden there first. And no smoking here from the Greyhound. Narrowly no escapes. Really close shave there for Kimbo. Really close shave. West side, their fuel point sees back here for the Americans. East one has been cut off. Greyhound and Parrots was making a run for the base. Truck on the way there for Tiramisu. He's going to get taken head here of Kimbo in the end. Nice work there by Tiramisu. They're still going to take him up, get any armor from it. Won't be an easy acquisition. Getting there for there, taking some light fire from the infantry, but flat capture forces there to cover it up and keep it safe. Ralph's got routed, west side there, non-engagement. Rierson's quickly retreating, obviously would be a poor engagement otherwise, we try to keep finding that one. Folks in the east. Got a bit stuck. Need to vault. Black happening forwards there, close to veterans you won. Back here, Greyhound being fixed up. Parrots sitting out once more. Centre advance, got the focus jump on the east. Flak half timing up there, 3 killed, close to 21. Got the anti-tank Parrots up there. There we go, 2 hits and the flak half track is almost destroyed. And there you go, grenade here on the Parrot. Oh, jump on, it was a bait, he just made him think he was doing it. Cheeky. Schwerpunch going up to defend the carve point. And we got another airdrop comment group here from Kimbo. That's strategically interesting. No immediate sort of move for Robinson. Can try and put more pressure on now. More Parrots. We're going to call, I think, crucially, another pack howitzer. This could certainly make it harder here for Tiramisu to play defensively. Because also theoretically used to take out the Schwerpunch and pull the 2 pack howitzers guarding it. We'll have to see what he does exactly with it, but that could certainly get a bit uncomfortable there for Tiramisu. Of course, it doesn't work out for Kimbo. It's going to leave Kimbo in a very awkward position, though. This is not without risks either. Oh, the Schwerpunch was almost authorized. Brand almost taken out of there. Tiramisu still without a doctrine. Pack out to find way. I'll include here by Parrots, which is a little bit expensive, but then of course it is also the most immediate solution here for Kimbo. Not what you'd normally expect to be done there. Training to the Scout Hunter quarters, this assault is pretty much, I think, done. Without, he needs to retreat before they get wiped. Throwing grenade here. Oh! Decent, but cost him quite a lot there to pop that off. Fixing up the ground on the west again. And now we've got the double pack counters here. Flying around the card point. Casualties piling up here for Tiramisu as things have gotten a lot less safe. Oh, the Ken recruit gets annihilated. Not something that Kim can further do much about, but certainly painful here for him. And take up on the flat half track. Might try and help to take out the pack cards as following up there. But Ken with meanwhile taking a lot of damage from all the artillery fire, running down close to it. The pack cards are being forced back here. Black half taking repairs. West side of the Green moving into support here, flanking the Falcon Deers there via the roundabout. And there you go, going for the ground. Oh, Black half should be able to take him out here. But there you go, Kimbo's on the scene, needs to fall back with the ground. Oh, he's going to push it, he's going to push it. Kimbo is risking it here. Dodging a kidnap in the process. There you go, he can't dash this Scout Hunter quarters and narrowly gets away with the ground though. Pack cards, I think, going to try and launch a storm of fire there to take out the pack cards. Perhaps, oh, the flak half tank, I mean, no. Gets the other kidnapper there. There was some nasty hits. Quite some intense stuff there. High stake gameplay there by Tiramisu and Kimbo. And there you go. Tiramisu going for the pack out. Trying to silence this American artillery. And there you go. Grenade off the full split, killing a Ludwig. Flak half track though. Bauer has gained actually 2. Very good there. 2 thumbs up to that. Very powerful when it gets to that point. Still no tag up though for Kimbo. He definitely needs to do that soon. Meanwhile, Tiramisu, they're pushing for the Panzer IV Model J. Very good. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 ausführen Jod. Ground being fixed up. Ravsborg seems to center here for freedom and democracy. Flag half track being fixed. Troops are reinforcing healing. Paratroopers reinforcing as well. Still no tech for Kimbo. And he's only got the one anti-tank paratrooper team to try and deal with a tank. I mean, again, they are powerful with the bazookas, but they are going to still not going to struggle with a single on their own against a single Panther IV anti-tank weaponry further to back them up. Hiding that there, sneaky. Worth noting the paratrooper support squad can also lay down mines. Not an ability to get utilized a lot, but it is one you can use. And there you go, pack cards at it again. Doesn't take out like Kedma by the looks of it. You just get some damage in. And there you go, Panther IV Model out here for Tiramisu. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 from York. Giving him no shit to take up. He may start to do that though now. Pack cards need to fall back there. The left flank is exposed already. Center is also collapsing rapidly there. And there you go, going for the flak half attack, but once more pops smokes and disengages here from Kimbo's Bazooka Raiders. And now we got the Panther IV out. Well, if this forced Kimbo to take up, will he go for an anti-tanking instead? We shall see. Ralph will take a hit from the flak half attack. Trooping up here, going for the pack houses. Ground being fixed up. Ralph's brought down just 2 men flak after there. 10 kills halfway to the east. Little Grenadier Demon shooting up the flank of the pack houses. Are taking damage. And there you go. Panther pushing up the centre here. Kimbo still not doing anything with resources. Perhaps hesitancy. Perhaps being overwhelmed. Either way though, there's just not much happening. Ground gaining veteran feet. Ralph's brought back the wiped out here. And there you go. But you can find the Panther IV. Does some nasty damage there. Ground going for the full Grenadiers here. Going for an attempt with wipe maybe to anticipate to draw fire from the paratroopers. Who knows? Down to 3 men. He's hoping to get off a few more shots here, but I think he has retreat before that. And there you go. Packard to find on the centre here. At least it looked like the centre. Troops enforcing healing. Cluster bombs called in. Still no sign of doctrine or anti-tanks here from Kimbo. I'm certainly untouched what he's coming. There you go. Cluster bombs on the retreating kidnappers. And oh! Almost got one of the kidnappers. Really lucky there for Tiramisu though. West side being seized here. Panther dealing with the paratroopers. Army reinforcement hitting here for Kimbo. But still no tech. Finally got something. He didn't even go for that, so he can't even tech fast. Oh dear, that seems like a bit of a slip up there by Kimbo, to be fair. Panther IV falling back, pin up machine on the way, the ground lost on victory point. Some brutal hand-to-hand combat here. Troop reinforcing healing. Got the anti-tank paratroopers push ahead here. Flak after that can be a major issue for them. Since once they get suppressed, the rate of fire diminishes greatly. Going for the flat captain, get rid of that, of course, his parachute move a bit more freely here. In the west half court was the Fulton Deers. Ooh, that was a brutal hit from the pack out from the Steel Pioneers, almost taking out the entire squad. That said, Kimbo is still under an intense amount of pressure. They're going to tank pressure against the Panther 4, but they also bunch up right next to each other. Huge retreat there. Good hit from the pack out, and the Panther 4 does some nasty damage, but a Panther 4 shot there punches out the main gun of the Greyhound. Pack out are close to dying out as well. Be shame to lose the veterans there. Kimbo really needs anti-tank guns, so he needs to tank. Definitely feels like a significant problem that is increasingly cropping up there. At this point, he could probably at least have a Sherman out, but again, his failure to tech in time has proved to be a huge boon there for Tiramisu, who's now going for Orbison down that brought pressure here to Kimbo. Down the center, fixing up the Greyhound. And we got Overwatch here for Tiramisu heading into the artillery zone. Probably maybe going for Howard here to silence the American pack Howiters. I would not be surprised at that development at all. He really should be taking up. Anyway, should be enforcing healing there, fixing up the flat calf track. And it's either that or he needs more anti-tank from other sources. And the problem is, he's still operating with just the anti-tank paratroopers here. Okay, he's going for double bazooka paratroopers. That's definitely a bit of a unique strategy. I mean, anti-tank rangers, for example, have the same bonus as the paratroopers when it comes to bazookas. It has been seen, but anti-tank paratroopers is definitely a bit more unique. But not necessarily bad, but you know, it's not what you typically see. That said, I do think Kimbo really needs to take up personally, and certainly I would not advise this type of strategy to the average player. Hell, I would probably not advise it to most players. Back out to far here. Shooting a bit too far there. East side of the Fulton into rough squad. Got the anti-tank parachute being pushed back here. Pushing ahead here. Full right here for Kimbo across most of the front line. Unable to withstand the pressure from Tiramisu. Still flooding resources. Dog pack out flying down the east. Narrowly misses there, Panther moving forwards. The swing hanging there, go great out in the pack out set. Ralph got the wing ground as well. They need to get the Panther in action to stop that Panther 4 fast. And Tiramisu can actually soon go for another one he wants to. So there you go, ace Panther moving in there. One bazooka fails to penetrate, the other misses.
Our supply line just got cut off.
More bazooka fire there. Still no attack. I do not know what Kimbo is planning here as a Tiramisu. I do not know. Forcing, finally got taken up from Kimbo. Starting to take up at least the 23-minute mark. That is definitely a pretty late one there. Grand Houston's max on left flank, forcing some up. Tiramisu fall back. Flat cutting it from the bazookas, but once more escapes. Grand rushing in there, looking to cause some chaos confusion. Almost got it. Could he take it out here? Looks like not. Nice attempt, I suppose. Does disrupt Tiramisu here. And gives time here for Kimbo to launch a counter-attack here. 4 bazooka paratroopers here. Could give problems here with the Panther Grain rushing in there. Could block its pathing actually perhaps a bit. They're making easy here for the bazookas to land a rocket hit there. No. Grain meanwhile charging forwards there. Likelihood of getting knocked out there is incredibly high, but no! Somehow Kimbo managed to be around there, down between the anti-tank weapons. Deciding there go, full bazooka volley on the rear of the Panther 4, almost taking it out here. Grenades off here from the stern punch, preventing a full pursuit here. Got folks moving in there. Holy crap, there's so much going on all of a sudden. Like, it's just this match is sudden like a bit of quiet, and then suddenly just incredible sharp violence, and then it's just back to nothing. It's like, you know, difficult to keep up the pace of this because suddenly, like, you know, something's happening at a decent pace, and all of a sudden it gets utterly frenetic and fast paced to a degree that is a bit silly. Still, make up, being rushing east there, very good. And he's got plenty of like fuel for like tanks now, so he maybe just goes for straight for Sherman and Jackson. He might have a good chance for Tiramisu. Panther 4 they're well close to veteran 3. Tiramisu not entirely sure what he's planning here. Pack Archers both veteran 2. Ooh, good hit on the head of a troop, but got incoming forwards. Enforcing. Eastern field having ceased. We got 90 to 142. And the West Greyhound keeps striking away there. 13 kills ace level. Could try for a cancer shot here. Of course, maybe turning all resources at this point for cluster bombs. Pack out far there, threatening a lot of Tiramisu's infantry. Good hit there on the Fulton Grenadiers by the Greyhound. That's the second punch and keeps running against the 6th armor. Going for a wipe here. Could perhaps land. He's got a Panther on over Tiramisu. Not bad. You can see Kimbo's better going for any armor. Doesn't have like any large numbers. Like if you had multiple Shermans out now, a Panther would be a lot less effective. With Kimbo having no real armored presence, it's actually, I think, fairly good. And Kimbo's of course yet to go for any armor at all, so in that sense, quite decent for the armor he's likely going to get. Get back and forth. We're buying the base home to get some wipes. But so far, no dice for Kimbo's artillery. Major in the east. But he can go for the Jackson very soon. Looks like he's planning that one. The Shermans would also be good. Got the fact that each of the leads is going to have to retreat. Maybe route it. Can't go for the Jackson tank destroyer now. He isn't. Panther moving ahead here. Panther already there for Tiramisu and the German army. Still, Tiramisu back on the back foot despite again his opponent having no tanks. Again, the utilization of infantry, elite infantry and artillery turns to prove to be quite effective as is Tiramisu to a degree. Though again, I do feel like Kimbo's been slightly undercutting himself for not having like any armor support all of this much faster. And there goes Jackson tanks on the way for Kimbo. Panther impact up the flag crafting, and the flag craft has been a huge part here of the Tiramisu success. If Kimbo at any point in time able to knock it out, say with a pair of anti-tank guns, I think Tiramisu has been in a much worse state since the Panther became more difficult for the army to deal with. But there you go. A lot of us can find the Panther 4. Touch bomb going off, feel like Kimbo's routed. Flag craft also dodges it. Oh dear, grenades off the opposite garden. And they get wiped. The stinging blow there. Tiramisu is still on fire here. Panther keep up fire. Most of the shots fail to penetrate the Panther's frontal armor. That is a great strike of luck there for Tiramisu. Always if they all gone through, the Panther might actually just exploded. Flag craft that could go down to the bazooka paratroopers and gets it finally. It only took him almost, 20 minutes to finally knock it out. And then he did take it 20 minutes. Fulton flanking anti-tank. Pack out there gets one of them cleared out. Nice wipe there for Tiramisu. That said, the loss of the flag craft tag does represent the issue, since again, now he lacks a serious tool that really stop these paratroopers from really just giving him tank nightmares. Panther 40 equipped for machine gun, very good. Oh, that pack has been cleared out again. Jackson 40 for Kimbo and the American army. Folks ground the pack house under Kimbo's nose. Got air support called in it. Thumbs up to Tiramisu on that one. Got it from the Jackson the Panther. But there you go. Stuka Kanonenvogel attacking from the north there. Almost getting some hits on the Jackson. The two managed to dodge some of them. And there you go. Fulton around the Panther fires, damaging the engine. Infantry charging forwards. And the infantry gets impressed by the Stukas as well. Gonna try and Panther the Jackson. Got paratroopers in full support as well here. Try and stop them. You want to keep pushing forward despite the air support there. And there you go, right over the Jackson. Gets knocked out by a strafing aircraft. 12 points left in Kimbo versus Tiramisu 55. Got the anti-tank paratrooping ahead here. And then Panther 4 wisely ducks out there. Eventually 4 by 31 kills. Breathing a great destiny for Tiramisu so far to great preservation. Full volley. Most shots either fail to penetrate or hit. Pretty lucky there for Tiramisu. This time though, the volley does a lot more damage, from down to less than half of you retreat the paratroopers now though before the German pack out to silence. And there you go, cluster bombs calling in by Kimbo. Reinforcing healing. More armor is needed for Kimbo badly. He might just save up for another Jackson. Infantry lines on the for Tiramisu. Grenade there, forcing Rockspot on the open. German packhouse there hammering away. Now, the German equivalent of the packhouse with the Gebirgsgeschütze, which is basically just a German light infantry gun without the gun shield, no, just lighter, so it can be used to carry into the mountains. Fun fact. Got it by the pack out and full step moving forwards. Got the anti-tank petrol in again, then what he's planning. Oh, he's going to break straight into the base here to take out the ambulance. Crashing through the walls. Oh, Tiramisu, you cheeky bastard. Thumbs up to that one. Didn't get the ambulance, but he managed to just like broken through the walls right at the right place. And Kimbo was too slow to react, and he just lost the ambulance right then and there. That'd been pretty sweet, but oh well. Got 352 versus 175. Tiramisu's controlling all 3 victory points. Kimbo is in a rather awkward spot at the moment. He's still in the fight, obviously. He still has a man with power fuel in some forces, but the lack of armor, meanwhile, significant armor forces making things very hazardous for Kimbo. Very hazardous. In the center, paratroops on watch for freedom and democracy with their bazookas. Troops reinforcing healing. Infantry advancing up there. And there goes 2nd Panther ready for Tiramisu. Panther 4 there by halfway to the ace level. A definite problem for Kimbo if he gets that far. It already is a big problem. Certainly not one that gets smaller with every level of veterancy. Now Jackson hit the Kimbo. Because we can find the Panther 4 and the other Panther 4. Most shots either fail to penetrate or they fail to hit. Really bad luck there for Kimbo. He's using the paratrooper squad there. We've seen loose another chance for Tiramisu. It's going to be mechanized ready to repairs. And of course, does open up for the king target at some point if things get that dire. West side, he's pampering forwards. Victory point then being abandoned by Kimbo. Paratrooper there being blasted this with the Panther 4. Surprised if Kimbo's like saying that, you know, again, if he can able to get rid of the flak half tech sooner, it might have worked out better, but yeah. Situation is not looking particularly great here for Kimbo. Rothgott being hammered into dirt here with the Panther 4. Panther on the left flank here by Tiramisu.
Is overrunning one of our capture points.
More shots fired.
Tank destroyer is ready for
Another tank destroyer ready here for Kimbo. The M36 Jackson tank destroyer. Being hit with its 90mm gun. Pack out to find a way there. Got it with the Jackson punching straight through the Panther's frontal armor.
We lost a gun crew.
Got the paratrooper anti-tank team shooting the Panther 4. Jackson shoots and a hell of a miss, but still a miss. There you go. Shot goes straight through the Panther 4's frontal armor, pushing down to almost half health there. But the Kimbo situation remains, well, quite frankly, awkward. Pack cards got cleared out. He's yet to recruit that one. Pack out to that ready. Panther running up. Close for the ace level on that one. Really close now. We got 43 kills. Moving forward. Sending her up with the Fulton Deers. Shot fired. Ralph's got missed. Paratroops hanging back here for Kimbo. Jackson running back here. We got 344 versus 101.
Friendly's down to 100 points. I say again,
Less than 100 points left for Kimbo. The
allies have
situation is
100 points.
bleak and not particularly impressive looking here. Unless you're the Germans, which of course the situation is amazing. Medals for everyone, except you. But there you go. Head on assault, the paratrooper everything there. Jackson taking some damage. The clutch bombs called in. Paratrooper the heavy damage. There you go. Jackson taken out there. Not a great tank, and there you go. Kimbo realized the battle is over and calls it quits. So there you go. GG, game over. A victory here for Tiramisu, a loss for Kimbo. An interesting strategy for sure, but ultimately also a flawed strategy there that obviously had some issues, I think. Should have definitely taken up faster, gone for some anti-tank, and I think those ultimately combined with, I think, with the tendency to focus too much in the centre, not set up big flanks, proved to be devastating for Kimbo and ultimately allowed Tiramisu to win the fight. But again, at times it was really close to spider all that. So again, imagine like Kimbo just gotten those things better together, he probably could have won this match. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell a friend, tell a family, do tell enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.